Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. Oh, here we go. So, I'm not even giving you a hint as to what it is. Those of you who look at the description and the title might be able to guess as to what I'm talking about. And I know this doesn't personally affect me, but I feel that this really does need to be stressed and brought up a lot. Because this past week at E3, there was obviously no talk about it. Because the publisher wasn't entirely there and not disclosing details about it. The developers were talking up the game brilliantly. The publishers never seemingly addressed anything to any of the press. And the only statement they've given is the generic one to everyone. So, and, you know, it's interesting that it's this company again, considering the screw-ups that happened with one of their games a month or so back. Warner Brothers. So, everybody is looking forward to Batman Arkham Knight coming out this Tuesday. And I can say that because that's coming out worldwide. It's even coming out here in the UK at that time. Except for some people, it isn't. Why? Well, Wednesday, right in the middle of it, well, just as E3 was coming to a close on its second day, if you don't count the press conferences, because they aren't actually part of it, they're supposed to be before it all starts. So Wednesday is it goes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Wednesday was the second day of the conference. And towards the end of the day, people, it turns out, across the world, were getting emails from the places that they were getting their games from, saying, just a little heads up for you, Warner Brothers have cancelled the Batmobile edition of Batman Arkham Knight. Okay, £170? Couple of $100? Just cancelled? 6 days before the thing's coming out? Technically 5, I guess, because you're going to get it at midnight on the Tuesday? What? You know, some of the retailers, I don't know if it's being funded by Warner Brothers or by the company themselves. Game in the UK is literally offering everybody the standard edition, but with the special exclusive DLC that's only available at their store. Snag is, Rocksteady have already said that that DLC is going to be available to everybody within the next 6 months. So, why would we need it when we'll be able to get it anyway? The twist is they are offering a £20 discount on it. But when you take that into account, that means you're getting a game with DLC for probably £40, because you know they're going to be, or £35 possibly, because you know they're going to be selling that for $55 on next gen. They are going to try and go cheap. You know, you want this game, you're going to pay, $70 million for it. I know they're trying to make, I know they're trying to make a profit in the business, but when you've got other retailers offering it cheaper that are independent, no wonder nobody's going into game to buy as many games on the new stuff when they're too overpriced. When they can go to another retailer, I'm not even talking the big supermarkets, I'm talking little shops that buy their own stock. They're selling it cheaper in some cases than Game and HMV and all these other places in the UK. Regardless, that isn't the issue. The issue is Warner Brothers. The issue is, you must have known that this Batmobile model that you're saying was poor quality for at least the last month or two. But yet you decide to go, oh, well, we're cancelling it. less than a week before release. I don't know. And then, here's the kicker. For Amazon people in the UK, not only have they not been able to get the Batmobile edition, but it turns out the limited edition that comes with a Batman statue, that's going to be delayed till mid-July. 3-4 weeks? What? You knew. You told us these pre-order bonuses, what, 9 months ago? Batmobile edition, limited. You knew how many you had to produce. You knew where you had to produce them because you had the pre-order numbers saying this needs so many, that needs so many. Why is it taking you 3 weeks for be able to get them out to everybody? What happened in this manufacturing process? Did they just go, oh crap, 2 weeks to go, we haven't put anything together? Is that how it went? What? Just I mean, it's brilliant. From what people are saying, when people have been getting these refund things, at least for the standard top of the range edition, all the retailers, including Game in the UK, have been saying, you know, you get a full refund, thank God for that. But you've also got the option of getting, you know, you can get the game yourself. Those people that are having to wait 3 weeks are going to get a digital code for the game until the actual thing comes out. My main issue with this as well, though, is apparently it's only the Batmobile that's the problem with that special edition. With the limited editions, they haven't even said, because it's a cock-up. So that means you've got 80-page art books hanging around in a studio, you know, hanging around in a empty warehouse somewhere. You've got God knows how many Steelbook and Batman Arkham Knight games. You've got DC Comic Batman Arkham Knight #0 comic books that were going to come in the bundle that clearly must have been printed because it's only the Batmobile that's the problem, right? Digital codes for the skins for the New 52, which apparently now is being given to everybody because of the screw-up. So even those people that, you know, pre-ordered at the lower level are now getting a bonus because the people at the top got screwed over for wanting to invest. Well, not really invest. Well, yeah, you're investing in a bigger product with a lot more content. And people are getting this content available free anyway now. This digital, you know, skin pack. I understand the Batman figure and the Batmobile. Clearly, the Batman figure, you know, they can't be asked to produce enough in order for them to be delayed at certain retailers in the UK. And I think a GameStop in Finland seems to be contacting its customers with that, but we'll see how widespread it is when we actually get to Tuesday and find out all these people that are saying, oh, they only emailed me the day before saying I can't get my limited edition, it'll be delayed by weeks. I really hope that happens and then Warner Brothers look really stupid. Because from everything that I've heard, this game is just as good as the first two. Seems to be some criticism of the Batmobile stuff, and GameSpot apparently were insistent that it was forced upon you, which I seriously doubt. It's probably more fun just flying around as the Bat, rather than driving about in the Batmobile. I don't know. I've not played it. Nobody's played it. But, you know, the equivalent of what Warner Brothers have done, because that's the thing. You know, is another one. Those people that got the special edition that was £170, you'd have thought, right, well, perhaps they can drop down and now go for the limited edition with the statue. No, apparently those have sold out of pre-orders as well. Now, a couple of months before it came out, there might have been some available, which if they'd have announced then that the top level one wasn't available, perhaps those people could have then transferred down to the lower one. But instead, they go from there to there. You know, it's like, oh look, here's this fancy bottle of cider. It's giant, it's huge, it's beautiful. Just before you go to the off license, you get a text message saying, oh, well, the makers of the cider have said that apparently it's got the wrong type of plastic on it, which could be offensive to people in Azerbaijan. So, in its place, because our special orders of our fancy beer have gone out of stock, we're willing to supply you with this 2-litre bottle of water. And just as an added bonus, you're getting a free empty bottle just for the sakes. But the twist is, everybody else was already getting this bottle anyway, and now all of a sudden they're getting a free bottle as well. Brilliant, isn't it? You know, let's sample what this basic edition has got to offer. You see, it still tastes good. It still is refreshing. It's still what everybody wanted. But the fact of the matter is, at least you're getting a refund for it. But that fancy one, you're not getting. Nobody's getting. And even the content that is available for it, like the actual liquid inside it, and the glass bottle, and the top that was on it, you can't have that, because the plastic wrap around the outside is the wrong type. What about, you know, just putting it out there, left field, saying that everybody has to pay, I don't know, £60 or £70 for their content in the limited edition, but having to wait however many months until the Batmobile model is able to be produced in a fixable method, and then people get it further on down the line. Then they have a definitive collector's edition. That, I think, would be a better treat, because then people still have the art book and the comic book that comic book fans were looking forward to, because it's an actual DC comic. But instead, you know, you just get the standard edition with some skin DLC. I don't even know if that even includes the bloody season pass, which we've already talked about on here. Which, that's a new thing. That's a different thing altogether. It's nothing to do with this. It's just a case of Warner Brothers. You clearly knew that this edition of your game was not going to be available to come out months and months before this a week. So why just announce it at the last minute to piss people off when they're about to play one of their most anticipated games of the year? Marketing strategy seems kind of not sound.